UNI football is preparing for an in-state battle against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Today we talk with Coach Farley about the trip to Kinnick Stadium. We look at senior defensive lineman Bryce Douglas and his second chance he was given at UNI. We preview the UNI men's and women's golf teams, and we head down memory lane with a member of this year's UNI Hall of Fame class, Kim Davis. This is Panther Sports Talk.
Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Pepper's Grill and Sports Pub, a proud supporter of UNI Athletics.